fact, the raging fire you see behind me, it's happening in your kidneys. Because most people think diabetes and high blood pressure are what's destroying their kidneys. Wrong. The inflammation is causing the inferno you see behind me. Diabetes and high blood pressure are just the sparks. Today, we will see how to stop the inflammation. Catherine here, I'm a doctor of natural medicine. If you have kidney disease, you have probably been told that dialysis is the only treatment. This 52-year-old woman, she was told exactly that. Her creatinine level had reached a terrifying 9.1 milligrams per DL. Her doctor looked her in the eye and said that number was not compatible with human life. But this woman refused the machine. Instead, she started a treatment aimed squarely at putting out the flames. A protocol designed to reduce the inflammation that was destroying her kidneys. And that's when the miracle happened. She didn't lose her life. Nope, she didn't end up tied to a machine either. She improved. In just 20 days, she was able to put out the fire and drop her creatinine to manageable levels. How, you ask? By attacking the number one driver of kidney damage, inflammation. This is why today I will share with you the 5 lifestyle and dietary changes that saved this woman from dialysis by stopping the inflammation. Don't miss my number 1 in particular. Her protocol would have never worked without this vitamin. Before that, let's take a look at our number 5 for today. This is a little known combo that acts like the ultimate fire prevention system. Boswellia serrata combined with curcumin. Now guys, if you are a regular on my channel, you know I constantly recommend turmeric. Why? Because curcumin, the active ingredient in turmeric, is the heavy-duty water hose that fights the flames of inflammation. However, we can make it even more powerful. In a recent study, researchers gave CKD patients a combination of curcumin and boswellia. And in just 8 weeks, their interleukin-6 levels completely dropped. What is interleukin-6? Think of it as the arsonist. Interleukin-6 is a pro-inflammatory cytokine. It is the little cigarette butt thrown into the dry brush that starts the forest fire. Curcumin puts out the flames, but boswellia stops the spark. Together, they stop the inflammation before it even starts. Now guys, both Boswellia serrata extract and turmeric supplements are super easy to find. So please look at the slide on screen for the exact daily dosages. Take a screenshot. But listen to this critical safety warning. When buying turmeric, always get a purified extract that says 95% curcuminoids. Check the ingredients. I'm telling you this because regular turmeric powder contains oxalates, but standardized 95% extract does not. And of course, consult your doctor before taking any new supplement, but these supplements are safe. The only people I would recommend avoiding these supplements are those taking immunosuppressants or blood thinners. Okay guys, let's talk about the absolute most important lifestyle choice to stop the inflammation. Number 4, protecting the firewall. Think of your gut lining as a giant physical wall. It separates the toxic garbage in your intestines from your clean bloodstream, your heart, and your kidneys. When the fires of inflammation burn out of control, they scorch this wall. They burn holes in it. We call this a leaky gut. And when that wall falls, there is nothing stopping the toxins and the inflammation anymore. The fires will spread out of the forest and they will get to your home. You're done. And here's the thing. In CKD patients, a damaged firewall is extremely common. Bloating, gas, abdominal pain, constipation, diarrhea. These are just some of the symptoms of gut health issues many CKD patients are facing. And science tells us the only way to rebuild the firewall and stop the fire from spreading is with a team, prebiotics and probiotics. Think of it like this. You need an army of firefighters living on that wall, protecting it 24/7. Those are the probiotics. But those firefighters need food and supplies to survive and multiply. That is the prebiotic. When it comes to the food, most of you are already taking my RenaFiber. RenaFiber is the extra specialized fiber used in medical literature to get end-stage patients completely off dialysis. Yes, RenaFiber from RenaBiotic is that powerful. It drops off a massive payload of supplies to keep your good bacteria alive. But if you want the best possible outcome, you need to call in the right firefighters. The right probiotics. And here is the trap. Most generic probiotics on the market are not safe for a CKD patient's gut. They are loaded with cheap fillers and FODMAPs like inulin. If your gut is already inflamed and damaged, taking inulin is like throwing gasoline on the fire. It irritates the lining, causes massive bloating, and makes the swelling worse before it ever gets better. This is exactly why I created my own RenaBiotic from RenaBiotic. It is the only renal probiotic designed for the fragile gut of a real CKD patient. RenaBiotic includes specialized bacterial strains proven to reduce the fire, not feed it. It is 100% FODMAP free, no inulin, no magnesium stearate, no gasoline, just the pure inflammation cooling troops your kidneys are begging for. Rebuild your firewall today. Get your RenaBiotic from the link down in the video description and stop the fire from ever reaching your kidneys. Okay guys, let's go back to the case report of the 52-year-old that was able to escape dialysis with an anti-inflammatory treatment. This woman was prescribed a plant-based diet and we will see exactly what she is eating in a moment. Before that, I need to show you a trap, a hidden danger in her lab results that could have literally killed her. Let's take a look. As you can see, before starting her on a plant-based diet, her total protein and serum albumin were very low. When a doctor sees these levels, they will pay attention. Why? Because low serum albumin is a predictor of mortality. This is a protein, right? And when it's too low, patients tend to have a short life. In the case of this patient in particular, serum albumin was 2.2, a level so low she was probably prescribed to make a will. Yeah. Having low serum protein levels is that bad. And to make things worse, this is where many doctors get tricked into shortening their patients' lives even further. Let me explain. Let's say you are a physician and one of your patients have low albumin. You know that you can raise this protein level by giving the patient more protein, right? So you do just that. And
do you know what's happened next?
Your patient's serum albumin will improve. Hooray! But then they will still die. Oopsie daisy. What happened, you ask? Well, here's the thing. More dietary protein often translates to more serum protein, including albumin. So you'd think the patient would live longer after recommending steak and bacon, right? Well, no. Wrong. Completely wrong. Here's the thing. The lack of protein in the diet is not what's causing low serum albumin in CKD patients. Chronic inflammation is. You remember the forest fire I was talking about earlier? That's what causes low serum protein, not lack of protein in the diet, says science. And eating steak is not going to help with that. It will only make things worse, says science. Protein will mask the symptom, but the cause of the problem, the raging fire, will still be there. And this is a problem because many doctors still believe that treating the symptom equals treating the issue, but that can literally kill a patient. So, here is the bottom line. While you can raise a patient's serum albumin with steak, you cannot increase their life expectation with steak. Let's keep this in mind when we see what this patient is eating to avoid dialysis and fight the inflammation. Number 2, the anti-inflammatory diet. Now guys, the patient of today's video is still alive and well, and this is because she was lucky enough to meet a competent doctor. Her diet was based on few simple rules. Only eat plant-based foods because plant-based foods are anti-inflammatory. And avoid animal-based foods and high-protein foods because they cause metabolic acidosis and more inflammation. Simple as that. But she was also concerned about what to eat. She was recommended a few foods with exceptional anti-inflammatory properties. Let's see what they are, starting with a staple of the Mediterranean diet, olive oil. Olive oil is so powerful at reducing the inflammation, it was directly linked to a longer lifespan by a study published on the Harvard Journal. This is due to the oleocanthal content of olive oil. Research says this compound acts like a natural ibuprofen, killing the fires of inflammation. Just be careful with olive oil if you are overweight. Adding oil doesn't go along with weight loss, and being overweight is strongly pro-inflammatory. Now, something that comes with no side effects are spices. Some spices are amazing against the inflammation, no doubt about it. Just think turmeric. This spice is so effective, I recommended a supplement for its active ingredient. But there are other spices that can help. Ginger, garlic, rosemary, oregano. Always include them in your cooking. Your kidneys will thank you. And don't forget about whole grains. Whole grains should be one of your main dietary fiber sources. Remember that fiber can make a difference. It nourishes the probiotics in your gut, the tiny firefighters that are trying to save your kidneys from the inflammation. But there is more to whole grains than just fiber. Farro, for example, is often ranked as the #1 best whole grain for inflammation. Why? Because it contains betaine, a powerful antioxidant and anti-inflammatory compound. And don't underestimate oats as well. They are super rich and contain avenanthramides, which specifically reduce oxidative stress and help regulate inflammatory processes. Quinoa, this pseudograin, contains high levels of quercetin and camphorol, flavonoids known for their potent anti-inflammatory effects. Now, in a diet for kidney health, we can't forget to include, of course, vegetables. While all vegetables are healthy, there are a few choices that are particularly great when it comes to reducing the inflammation. I'm talking about cruciferous vegetables. You know, your watercress, broccoli, kale, cabbage, and cauliflower. They are one of the best dietary sources of glucosinolates, which will convert to sulforaphane, a powerful anti-inflammatory. Last but not least, plant-based omega-3 sources like walnuts, chia seeds, and flax seeds. While these foods should be consumed in moderation, it's still worth including them in your diet every day. Why, you ask? Well, because omega-3s are amazing. They inhibit the production of pro-inflammatory molecules, turning off the inflammatory response and stopping the fire before it even starts. Actually, omega-3s are so powerful, I strongly recommend considering a supplement. Okay, guys, time for our number one for today. Let's talk about the ultimate fire extinguisher. It is a vitamin that actually stops the flames. This is the most common deficiency in kidney patients. And if your tank is empty, the fire spreads. You get proteinuria, high blood pressure, and rapid kidney decline. According to the Journal of Inflammation Research, this vitamin triggers your body to produce IL-10. Think of IL-10 as the fleet of water bomber airplanes. When the forest fire of inflammation is raging in your kidneys, IL-10 flies over and drops thousands of gallons of cooling water right on the flames. And you need this vitamin for that. Vitamin D, the kidney vitamin. But guys, please pay attention to the slide on screen right now, because here is the trap. You don't want to accidentally flood the forest either. When it comes to vitamin D, more is not always better. You are looking for the Goldilocks zone. Keep your vitamin D level strictly between 30 ng per ml and 100 ng per ml. How do you do that? Test your blood a couple of times a year and only take a supplement if your level drops close to 30. It is all in my slide, so take a screenshot right now for reference. And if you want more kidney saving secrets to put out the fire for good, my video up here will give you exactly that. And this is all for today. Thank you for watching. God bless you all. Bye-bye.